Hello everybody. Hope the volume's alright. Let's fix this. Ooh, that looks pixelated all of a sudden for me. I hope that's coming through a little bit clearer for you guys. Let me get a little bit more height there. We need to get a higher mic stand. Happy holidays, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Wanted to do a quick live stream before tomorrow, or for some of you guys probably today, to get it in there before the holidays really kick off here. And obviously everybody's gonna be really busy. Well, a lot of people are gonna be really busy, so figured I would just hop on and do one right now. Wasn't really sure if I was gonna do one or not, but I kind of worked on that image that you all saw earlier for a while now, so I wanted to test it out, see how well it looked. Yeah, so if anybody has any thoughts, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep using that for a while. And then obviously I got the upgraded camera going through the iPhone right now, and in the bottom should be bottom left hand corner, the old webcam is displayed underneath the new 539 logo. So yeah, hopefully you're all doing well. Pretty cold out here, no snow. Doesn't look like there's going to be any for Christmas or New Year's or anything, so seems to be easy travel weather, but maybe not so festive for some. Hey there, with Come On Dude Productions, welcome to the live stream. Good to have you here. Happy holidays. Whatever holiday you may be celebrating out there, even if it's just New Year's, make sure you have a safe and happy one. But yeah, just want to pop on here for a little bit. Not sure really what the stream's all about. Just wanting to kind of hang out for a little bit. So if anybody has questions, or if anybody wants to talk about anything in particular, about the recent videos, whatever it is, let me know, and we will dive into it. But other than that, upcoming plans for 539 Productions is to head south after the new year here, and probably head down to the oh, I'm gonna pause for just a second here. Might be some feedback. Okay, that should be better. But anyway, I'm gonna be heading south after the new year, and hopefully heading down to the Florida area. And I'm not sure exactly the date I'm going to be leaving right at this moment, but I am planning to probably be gone maybe about a week, something like that. Depends on how many locations I got planned, but no worries. Tomorrow, I was really glad that you got to tune in, but whenever you got to take off, no problem at all. I'm not sure how long I'm actually going to be on tonight. I'm definitely not going to be up super late, but I'm sure everybody has some sort of plans coming up here for either New Year's or your holiday plans or whether you're just planning to go back to work. It is a Sunday, so maybe some of you out there are actually just going to be heading back to work again in the morning. Who knows? But yeah, so it's not going to be a super, super long stream. We're not going to be streaming until about, 7 in the morning like sometimes we do. The best thing I ever got for Christmas? I don't even know. I mean, that's a hard one. It's been a lot of Christmases. Yeah, I can't even think of anything. To be honest, my memory's weird, so, I don't even know if I can think of everything that I've gotten for Christmas over the last, 35 odd years, but, I mean, there's been some Christmases that I've gotten a good amount of money, and that's helped from time to time, but, yeah, I can't think of anything in particular that I've gotten that's been, way above the, level of everything else. A new wheel for your bicycle. Yeah, there you go. Mobility is a good gift, right? Let me go ahead and push my chair back here really quickly. Alright, that's better. Welcome back tomorrow. I need to work on this placement of the camera here, but it's a little difficult right at this moment. It's a little bit better there. Like I'm 18. Yeah, well, yeah, I've gotten that. But, can't complain, I guess. It feels good to be still ID'd occasionally. Thank you, Trixie. Homemade peppermint brownies. That does sound pretty good. I don't think I've ever had that. Yeah, I've been working really hard on these videos recently, and really trying to up the cinematic value and really everything about it. I know. I'm just trying to do better and better, and looking forward to upgrading the equipment in the new year, and getting some new editing software, hopefully some new cameras, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, 2019 is going to be, as far as quality in equipment and quality in locations, is going to be pretty epic, as well as the people we'll work with, including a lot of the people that we've already seen on the channel. Obviously, I'll be trying as hard as I can to get back to work with Xavier and Ryan and Steve as well, back in California. Oh, sorry, Lori, I missed your comment there. My apologies. It could have been, what got me was the second area I found that there actually wasn't a mausoleum. So, at the very bottom was that post, the signpost or whatever, that had no sign there. And I've seen actual graveyards where it's a modern day sort of I guess the best description of it is a European or Christian burial style, and they are right next to the Indian burial mounds, and it happens from time to time, so it's nothing unusual, and it did look like that. So I don't know if the signs have been removed. Again, some people did report in the comments that there was a fair amount of vandalism there at some point in the past, and so maybe that was part of that and why there's no signage on some of these things now. So I really don't know, but it very well could have been. In this area there are similar things that look like that, but a lot of times actual Native American burial grounds are quite large, but it just depends on who built it. Each tribe would be different, as Europeans a lot, and Europeans are a lot of times the ones who have written the history here, unfortunately, and so we get things wrong, and a lot of times classify things under these umbrella terms like Native Americans or Indians, and really what they are is individual tribes and nations of people that a lot of times are quite different. So there's modern people that were around when we first got here, and then there were tribes that were around way before any of the tribes a lot of times that we know about, like the Cherokee or the Mohican, or the anything really that you think of. There's a lot of these older civilizations that have these gigantic mounds, so it just depends on really whose history you're looking at, but some of them would match up. The way I photographed the tree. Oh, thank you very much. Trees are very photogenic. Which, I don't know if that sounds odd or not, but I don't know, it's just not to give away a photo secret, I don't think I really do it too much. So one of the most common photos that you'll find from people trying to be professional or artistic photographers is like a single tree in the middle of a field or on a hill. It's very symbolic and emotional in a lot of ways, I guess, and so it's often repeated. But yeah, they do have a certain photographic appeal to them. It is incredibly old. Yeah, a lot of the older areas around here like that are reported to be haunted, and definitely from the looks of the place, I mean, it does have that creepy feeling to it, and yeah, I mean, the whole place in general. I mean, one way or another, you just felt you were being watched the entire time. Thank you, Kool-Aid. I appreciate that. For sure, Lori. But yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, I could absolutely see from many different angles why it would have the haunted legends and stories about it. On the shelf? No, no smoking. No, they're bottles. They are bottles filled with highlighter, or they're water with a highlighter dunked in it so that it reacts to the black light and lights the bottles up as if they were creating their own light from the inside. That's the point of it. But no. No paraphernalia. And then we have various older electronics, a CB radio, a pack of cards, some networking hardware that no longer functions, some old cell phones. The Canon camera is right over there that I used to film most of the episodes on 539 Productions. And then my thermometer that's used for developing film. I've used this to develop my medium format film that I put in my Holga. And it also it glows in the dark. That's the point. Hold on. But not enough to overexpose your film. Crystal, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I feel like I should call you CDP, but I don't know if that sounds weird or not. Or should I say, come on, dude, Productions every time? I don't really care. It's fine. Anyway, everything away incriminating? No. I am pretty particular about the setup. Some guitar. Is it a Gibson? Oh, that's a very good eye. It is not. It is and it isn't. It's the Gibson off-brand, which is, I think the only major difference is that it's made in Korea, but it is the Epiphone model. But unfortunately, I still have not touched it since the last time that I tried to rewire it, and I never soldered any of the wires on, and I eliminated one of the pickups that I didn't really care for anyway, and I never really used, and it had the basically three different settings: the front pickup, the back pickup, or both pickups, and I really only wanted to use the front pickup, so I rewired the entire thing so that it only had one pickup in it. So I still need to resolder the connections, and I haven't really touched it because I've just been focusing on the 539 Productions channel for so long. So I will eventually fix it here and then play it again, but I do have some plans still. But I would if I could. But yeah, I'm missing so much stuff. I have an effects processor that I eventually want to use that can do all kinds of stuff, and I need to get the new power supply for that, and so I have to order that and get it shipped in. Yeah, definitely not a bad one. It was still a very, very expensive guitar. Brownies were very, very popular. I've thought about picking up one of those. I mean, I have a lot of different ones, from 35 millimeter, the 120 medium format, and then I have various other, like I have the Canon ELPH. I can't remember what the film size for that was. It wasn't 35. It was a lot smaller than 35. I can't remember. It might have been 28 millimeter. I can't remember. It was a very strange format. But and of course I have various other formats like Polaroid and stuff like that, and pinhole cameras, things like that. So that's where I got my start, was in pinhole photography and developing in the black room, or dark room, excuse me, not black room. Thank you, Trish. Well, yeah, I guess that means that really is a great compliment, because that means I'm doing my job really well and my editing really well. If I can convey that emotion through the video to you, that definitely means that I'm doing what I intended to do. So I appreciate that very much. So yeah, what I need to do is somehow attract somebody from Gibson or Fender or somewhere to get on the stream and send me guitars. Because I know that they do that, because I have plenty of friends that have been in bands, and they get all kinds of guitars for free, and they're not the biggest bands in the world. So, like one of my friends' bands opened up for Fall Out Boy. His band wasn't super famous, but they opened up for famous bands, and Fender would just shower them with guitars, and so would Gibson. They wake up in the morning, they would have 3 new guitars just laying at their doorstep. So, if they want to send me guitars to use in the stream, absolutely. Yeah, I could use a new guitar, a new amp. If you want to send over an effects processor, we can work together. I'm good to work with. Absolutely. Crazy thing is they don't even care. To be honest, the people who don't ask for them, they don't, and the guitar companies a lot of times won't. Now that I say this, they'll never send me anything, but a lot of times the guitar companies will not actually ask you to use them. They just send them over and then hope that out of the gratitude of your heart that you will use them. So they don't they don't actually do deals with you. Gibson will just send you stuff. It just shows up. If you're a good band. Yeah, they would never be like, hey, can you use this on stage? I don't know, maybe there was a note inside asking, maybe, but there was never any assumption that it was a brand deal or a collaboration of any sort. They just were just here you go. Here's our top models. Oh, that's cool. What I really want right now, it's not really a classic or anything like that, but is the I can't remember the name of it, but it's the robo-tuned. I think is it Gibson or Fender? They probably both have one by now, but it's robotically tuned. So, if during the middle of your song you notice that you're out of tune, you can hit a button and it'll correct it for you real quick, so that you don't have to pause playing. And then for say, if you want to switch tuning, if you want to go to drop D tuning instead of a typical tuning on a guitar, you can hit a button and then it just tunes you down, or tune to C or whatever you decide to tune yourself to for whatever song you're playing, right? But you can do multiple. Oh, the 60s Gibson. Yeah, that'd be really amazing. Yeah, a lot of the older stuff is cool. And I've recently been looking at, it's basically, I think it's American guitars that have been remade by Japanese guitar legends. A lot of them are older Vox guitars, and these legendary Japanese guitar players and guitar manufacturers will take these old 1960s, 1970s guitars, and then they will do stuff with them. They'll paint them, they'll carpet them, they'll do different things to it, and then they'll sell them for $20,000. I really want one. Oh, I missed that part. In bed with the dogs. Awesome. I wasn't sure why we were talking about dogs. I had to go back in the chat. The F-holes are really fun. Yeah, because I mean you can play it acoustically without being hooked up to the amp, and it sounds good. It doesn't sound like you're just hitting a bunch of metal strings when you're trying to practice, and has a really neat look. I can't remember his from Rancid. It's been a long time since I've seen some Rancid videos, but I do love Rancid. Somewhere around here I have Out Come the Woes. I'm sure I've said that before. Yeah, if I ever made a lot of money, I'd be willing to drop a fair amount on a good guitar. You know, cameras, guitars, cars. Not too expensive cars. My car tastes are exotic but not necessarily expensive. But yeah. 20,000 is not out of the question, you know. It's not 100,000. If it was $100,000 guitar, I'd say no, absolutely not. I know there's some out there that are worth it, but unless it's like a signed guitar from a really, really famous artist, you know. I don't necessarily play a lot of anything anymore. I play every so often, but I play acoustic. I have a classical acoustic back there. Sorry, it's switched around for me, so it's hard to do. I guess it's... Oh, my chair is blocking it. But I have it's a Spanish acoustic classical, handmade in Spain. Not expensive, just sounds cool to say handmade in Spain. But, and then of course I've got the ukulele back there, and then there's a banjo... Holy crap, there's banjo mandolin right there. Something was making noise. Anyway, sorry. Sounded like I was getting a notification of some sort, but I can't figure out where it's coming from. But if it's on my phone, I can't see it because I can't see my screen, because I have the forward-facing, or I guess the rear-facing camera, the good camera. Oh, in terms of no classic American I love American Muscle. I like all kinds of cars. What I really want is a without giving away too much. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome, Ryan, to the stream. I really want a three-wheeler, not one of the ones that looks like the crotch rockets where you are like lifted up around the ground, above the ground, but like sort of like a slingshot, but not a slingshot. Yeah, my buddy Ryan from RJ32 is here. Make sure you check out his channel too. He's got some cool stuff, including some stuff that we did together while I was out in Idaho, and definitely be hitting him up again when I head out that way. So make sure you check out him, and as well as he's got a second channel now too, so make sure you check out that. Links to that should be on his, I'm sure that's on your main channel, the RJ32, but got some really cool explorers over there too, so make sure you give him a sub over there if you haven't checked out the second channel. So, but Crystal's taking off. Oh, good to see you. Thank you for checking out the live stream tonight. I'm glad you got a chance to check it out and hang out for a little bit. Hope you have a good night and good holiday. Yeah, that would be really amazing. The early 1900s. That's cool. Yeah, I think shred is the key word there. I think right now I would shred, because I think those strings on there are probably about 30 years old. That thing was handmade probably in the early 1900s, if not the late 1800s. It is incredibly old. That is a family heirloom from the Appalachian Mountains, actually. North Carolina, I want to say. But yeah, handmade. So, I do want to restring it, but I have no idea how to play mandolin. I can play a little ukulele, I can play guitar, I can play various other not as cool instruments, but mandolin, I'm not sure. I can't remember how they're tuned. But for sure, man, absolutely. Had a lot of fun out there in Idaho exploring, and the only thing I was mad about was that I had to leave so early. But now that's actually taken care of, and I don't have to get a license renewed now for 6 years. So next time I could theoretically stay 6 years. I'm not going to stay 6 years, I promise. But theoretically, I could stay for a lot longer. But yeah, so next time, we're gonna, and I have a few ideas. I'm not gonna say it on stream, but I'll text you later. But I have something that I think, I don't know, maybe I'll have to buy it for you as like a Christmas present. I think you'll really like it. If you don't already have one, I'm gonna have to text you and ask you. But like there's something really cool that I think both of us should have for our channels, and especially after what we were doing last time, and specifically what you were doing up in the very top level of the hotel. I can't even text you right now because my phone is literally mounted to the wall. So that sounds like a really expensive guitar. If anybody wants a really expensive guitar, though, there you go. Personally, I want to buy a kit guitar at some point, just to buy it piece by piece, and then wire it, solder it, pick out my own pickups, and then do the whole thing from start to finish. Other than, obviously, I would get a fully completed neck and everything. I wouldn't be like just getting a solid block of wood and trying to like do like CNC or whatever. But I definitely would like to do like some sort of a kit guitar thing in the future, maybe even for the second channel at some point. Wow, it was actually not as late as I thought it was. I thought it was going to be after midnight when I looked at the clock. Oh, like wind the coils for like the pickups? No. I would get like pre-made parts and assemble. Maybe some light sanding, but like no, you just get like, depending on the kit, it's some kits come with like everything included, and then some you just buy piece by piece, and then you just hook everything together. It's really just, like I said, just light soldering, light sanding, things like that. Nothing too complicated. Maybe later. I want one. The pocket gimbal. What I want to know is if it's like, if it was just waterproof, which is ridiculous to say. I mean, I don't know any reason why you would ever want to take a gimbal or anything underwater. Well, maybe there's a underwater gimbal of some sort, but like, yeah, I want to get one of those really bad. I've been thinking about it. I might, but I think it'd be really amazing for certain applications for sure. And not a bad picture either. I think it's actually better than the equivalent. I can't remember what GoPro is. It the GoPro 7 out right now? Whatever the competing model of GoPro is with the... I'm not sure how the stabilization on the GoPro works. I know it's not a gimbal, but the gimbal seemed to work pretty well. So, I mean, not the best image ever, but for what it is and the size of the sensor, I think it's amazing. But now the what is it? The DJI Spark. I don't think that looks as great. Although it's not a terrible image. Not bad for an entry-level drone. But yeah, the Pocket I would definitely do. And I want a Mavic. I want a Mavic 2. The Mavic 2, the I can't remember what company. They did a there's one of the models. I have Pentax stuck in my head, but I don't think it's Pentax. It's I can't remember. I'm going to look it up here in a second. But anyway, there's the model that they worked with a professional camera company for the sensor, and it's really an amazing sensor, and I want to get that Mavic too. Yeah, it is a good idea. Yeah, definitely post a video. No better way to sell a guitar than to play it a bit and let people hear what it sounds like, maybe. Just don't get the mic too close. I've definitely had that, or made that mistake in the past. It can be very I will say this, it can be very, very difficult to properly and effectively record an electric guitar going through an amp and convey what it sounds like. As someone who has done that before, I can say it is decently tough. Yeah, I absolutely agree, Ryan. Yeah. I've seen a few demo videos. One from, was it Casey Neistat? I think did one, and then I saw one from, let's see, Jenna Marble's boyfriend, Julian Solomita, did a demonstration video with it, and it seemed like it did a really good job. Like I said, it's not obviously like DSLR quality or even like professional mirrorless quality, obviously, but like I thought it competed very well against the GoPro. Gimbals are very handy in the right situation. Yeah, they're very good. Hassel. Oh yeah. The Hasselblad. Yeah. That's what I want. So I think it'd be really neat. Plus the size is great. Being able to fit it in the camera bag and just take it with you instead of like strapping it on the back and then having to reassemble a lot of the pieces, like the blades and everything, and it's a really good package, and I think it really blows the original Mavic out of the water. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping. And then I would love to upgrade the camera at some point here soon. I'm thinking maybe I've heard the EOS R, the mirrorless that takes the DSLR similar Well, it even takes DSLR lenses, but obviously the construction is a little bit different for mirrorless versus DSLR. But I've heard the EOS R is an incredible camera, and I think it records 4K max, but 4K max on I can't remember what the setting is for DSLRs. It's RAW for still images, but the equivalent of RAW is such a huge step up anyway that even if you were just recording straight 1080p, the quality would be just that much better. And then plus with the sharpness of that level lenses, especially if you get the right lens. This tomorrow, take a good night tomorrow. Happy holidays, happy New Year. Hope you have a great few days here. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, professional Canon lenses are amazing. No travel plans. No. Not for Christmas anyway. I may be heading out on the road to do something for New Year's if I find anything fun to do or a fun place to go stream maybe. But it depends on, I don't know. I guess it just depends on where it is and what it is. So, but yeah, that's the only possibility here coming up. And then, of course, after New Year's, the travels for the 539 Productions. But other than that, yeah, that is the sum of my travel plans for the moment, anyway. And again, kind of up in the air for the whole New Year's thing. I thought for a moment about driving out to New York. It's only about a 10-hour drive to get out to New York City and then stream from Times Square for like the ball drop or something. But it's a real pain, and you have to show up at about 5 in the morning and spend the whole day there. And a lot of times it's hard to do anything at all, you know, whether it's eat or go to the bathroom or, you know, move around at all, you know, because the crowds are so huge. And then on top of everything, you got, you know, security, and, you know, who knows if I got all the way out there, even if they'd let me stream. So I don't know what I'm going to do at this point. So, and it would be nice to do something in a warmer place, but since at some point in January I've got to head really far south anyway, I'm pretty sure at this point. I don't know if I really want to spend like the entire month of January down in the south. I mean, it would be great, I guess, but I don't know if I'm prepared to do that at this point. So I really I gotta choose my locations wisely at this point. So it's just kind of up in the air what's going to be happening here over the next, I guess, week or two. It's a great place. I was out the last time I was in New York City, which shows that I'm an outsider because I say city, was probably about 6 years ago, I want to say. Slightly before I started YouTube. But yeah, a lot of fun. Stayed in Queens, took the subway into Manhattan. We pretty much spent some amount of time almost everywhere. So, and then ate at a lot of local restaurants, had a lot of fun. The abandoned antebellum homes. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank right now on those. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember right now. I'm wondering if I actually want to dive into searching for things. If I start searching for stuff right now, I'm gonna get into a rabbit hole that I don't want to go down. Hey there, Roy. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us tonight. But yeah, if you can possibly let me know real quick a summary of what it is. I do remember that, but I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on exactly what they are and where they are. I don't know. It's probably gonna be a while. Tennessee. I love Tennessee. I was there not too long ago in 2017. Did some filming there, obviously, and had a lot of fun. But yeah, I would love to get back to there. I am going to be probably heading back to Tennessee in the spring, so got a lot of travel plans. I've been talking to a friend and cousin of mine in Cincinnati, and he's been showing me a few Tennessee locations that he's wanting to take me to in the spring, and then I'll probably be heading there back there again. Similarly to the trip I took last time with my dad, and then at some point, obviously, I will pass through Tennessee on the way to Florida and other southern states too, so I should be actually in that particular state quite a bit this year, or this coming year, I should say. Tara and Gone with the Wind. Is it from Gone with the Wind? You know, in all this time, I don't think I've ever watched the entirety of Gone with the Wind for whatever reason. I love film and cinema and movies and a lot of the same thing in that statement, I know, but yeah, there's a few really epic old movies that I still need to, sit down and take the time to really watch. And Gone with the Wind, I think, like Lawrence of Arabia, things like that, are a few that I really need to do. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let me know anytime. I'm always on the lookout for new places to film. Thank you, RJ. Yeah, Ryan. I don't know if you've ever tried the stand-up desk before. I recently picked up one of the Versa desks, and I can just raise it up and down with the push of a button, and it's pretty unbelievable. I like actually using it. So a lot of times when I'm editing for many hours, I can, switch back and forth, and it's not as bad on my knees and whatever. And it's pretty cool. But yeah, I can just you can kind of see it better in the bottom. Hold on. Oh, of course I grabbed the wrong thing. They are doing really well. Thank you. But thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me get the better camera back here. Oop. There we go. But yeah, now I can be part of the annoying crowd of people that tell you how much healthier the stand-up desk is for your body and how, you need to do the right thing and get your own. Anyway, but yeah, no, I highly recommend it though. It is really, it's pretty incredible. I've had a little bit of experience in the past just being in IT work and whatnot. Occasionally I went to places and repaired computers at different businesses, and some of them had stand-up stuff already, but really using one on a daily basis, it's a lot better, especially, you would know, like I do, how long editing takes a lot of times, and like when you're on like sometimes like hour 4 or hour 6 of like editing something, or just really spending a lot of time on any type of computer activity or desk activity, it really will change your life. Plus it's actually kind of fun for stream too. So I've got my phone mounted up high, and then I've got obviously my webcam up here that can be raised up and down with the level of the desk. Yeah, obviously, so there would definitely be some exceptions to the rule. Yeah, that would definitely be one of them. But no, knee problems aside. But saying that, I do feel for you, because I have flat feet, and so I do have knee problems. Like, I need to walk around a lot more with heavy arch support, because I can start to feel it now a lot more than I used to be able to. But starting about sometime in my early 20s, I started noticing problems. I remember being down in Indianapolis when I was in college, and playing basketball at one of my friends' apartment complexes, and my knee popped out of socket when I went to jump, and a lot of that stems from, because I'm flat-footed, my knees don't, well, I guess my it's not my knees necessarily, it's the alignment of my knees with the other bones surrounding it. So yeah, I feel for you there. But yeah, when I'm wearing the proper support for me, it does a really good job. But keep expecting it to be a lot later. Yeah, flat feet too. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I always have to prove it to people. It's like I have to like put my feet in water and then like make a footprint. Blew it out at work. Oh, that's no fun. Yeah, they've kind of told me I was supposed to be wearing special stuff. Until now, I really haven't. I've had some like inserts and whatnot, but I should be doing better. Oh, this video? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm talking too much. It's drying my throat out. But yeah, apparently I was also, a candidate for, maybe I'm using the term wrong, but like, the condition I had was severe enough that, or not condition, it sounds so much worse than what I'm saying, but the flat feet were severe enough, I guess, that I could have had surgery to correct it. Now maybe that's just something anybody with flat feet can have, I don't really know. See, this is why I need another mic stand. I have this, it's a really good one, but it's really short. Actually, I have multiples. I have one that would work, but it's for singing. And I want one of the radio styles that attaches to the desk with the swinging arm, which would work a lot better for this setup. Obviously, if you look directly behind me, I'm a hypocrite because there's a mic stand right back there that's at the exact level that I need it to be. But I just want to whine about it and not actually use it. Yeah, sounds like my experience. I've been fortunate. I can make it about 5 miles a lot of times, depending on the type of terrain. Forest for some reason and stuff, I do fine. If I'm on the beach, I can make it about half a mile, and then it feels like I can't describe the feeling of the pain. It's as if something's ripping out of the bottom of your foot, like you're ripping it feels like you're ripping the muscle off of the bone as you're walking. So you have to pick each foot up at a time and move it forward, and then set it straight back down. But yeah, that's my experience. Yeah, I used to do distance running, a short period, not very long, but I did cross country for a while, 4 or 5 miles. Actually, I'm better with running than I am with walking. Running, actually, for some reason the angle is better. Thank you. Yeah, I love Shure. Every let's see if I can. It's a Shure PG58. I'm sure you've probably heard of it before. But it is a condenser microphone that's kind of intended. Actually, it's a vocal mic. It's not a. I say vocal mic meaning speaking. It's not a singing mic, although I did use it for that. It works pretty well for that too, but it doesn't have quite the tone depth for like singing that it should have. But it's really great for for just speaking. But yeah, I highly recommend that brand. A lot of people are using Rode. It's very, very big following on YouTube right now, but I really do recommend Shure. Always had great luck with them. And then I had one of their mixers too, and had a really good, I think it was a Shure mixer, was it? I'm almost positive. It's been a while, but I had a 16 port mixer, which I wish I would have kept around. Now I only have the, oh no, you know what? I did buy the same brand. I did have an M Audio mixer, but they work well together at any rate. So, yeah, it's probably about the same for me. I wear a size like 9 in men's, so, but I am a small person. Oh, you're checking off. Sorry, I didn't mean to miss you there. Come On Do Productions, thanks for tuning in. You have a Merry Christmas yourself, and a great New Year. and I will be back with more streams after the new year. So hopefully you all get to tune in and hang out some more. And obviously looking forward to doing more streams on the road too. So but yeah, I'll be hanging out here for a little bit. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in to everybody. If anybody is taking off, I've missed anybody, I apologize. I've been trying to catch as many comments as I can here. I am logged in through the 539 account currently. So if your comments get blocked, I don't see it. I can't rectify that situation at all right now. So no problem, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Again, everybody check out RJ32, my friend Ryan that I collabed with over in Idaho. So he is taking off for the night. Many thanks for coming and hanging out for a little bit, man. And looking forward to getting back together with you. So happy holidays. Happy New Year. And yeah, I'm sure I'll be texting you here at some point. So good to see you again. All right. Good to see you. Have a good one. Oh, I completely misunderstood what you said, Debbie. I thought you said you have a 7.5 foot long something. I couldn't figure out what you were talking about for a second. For some reason, my mind immediately went to somehow the conversation was going to steer to snakes. You can tell the paranoia that I've had around. I just thought you were going to say you had a 7.5 foot long like python or something, but then I realized you were talking about shoe size. So, apologies. Yep, later, dude. Yeah, again, very good guy. Ryan is awesome. All my friends I hooked up with on the trip around the West and through the various states that I drove through were great people. You know, highly recommend. And a lot of my friends that I interact with on Twitter in general, lots of great creators over there. And yeah, so they're somebody that I'm having an active conversation with. Chances are they make some really cool content, so check them out. $14 to $16, that's huge, yeah. I mean, not that that's a bad thing. Oddly, most of my friends are like twice my size. Like, I just hang around with giants. Like, all my friends are like 6 foot, like 6'3", 6'5", like it's crazy. I guess I have like built-in security. Is there anything anybody wants to talk about? Any subjects anybody wants to talk about? Any videos anybody wants to talk about? Any questions about anything in the videos that anybody wants to ask? Any travel plans that anybody wants to talk about? Let me know what you guys want to steer this live stream to. Again, just kind of winging it at this point. I don't really have any particular plans. I'm not really here for any individual reason. Last time I tried to do a specific Q&A about the California, Nevada, Idaho trip. Obviously we went to a lot more states than that, but unfortunately I was not able to film in a lot of the states that I wanted to, just mainly due to the fact that it was my first time out there, and I was trying to kind of not only film but to absorb it myself. I think it's really important to, before anything, to really taking, what you're doing and where you are, and to experience your all by yourself. And filming is obviously really high up there in priorities, but it definitely, I would say, especially in a situation like what I did, with it being the first time I really did something that huge, a 5,000 plus mile trip. I wanted to first of all experience it for me, and then film it. So because of that, I missed out a little bit on the filming, but I'm okay with that because I'll be back in a lot of these places, and I'd like to again do a lot of targeted travel, and I would like to go back and spend another week in Idaho. I'd like to spend a week in Nevada. I'd like to spend another week in California, and really focus on individual places. Colorado too. I missed a few places in Colorado that I really wanted to get done, but due to the difficulty of the travel at the time that I did make it through there, I wasn't able to. I don't know what the release date is on the Queen movie. I can look it up. If I could type correctly with one hand. Let's see. Somebody tricked me into looking stuff up on Google now. It's going to be a never-ending rabbit hole. Where is it? Because it isn't called Queen, is it? It's Bohemian Rhapsody, isn't it? That's... Yeah, okay. Back in the day... Never mind, I can't say that. I forgot where I was. It's not in the top searches for Bohemian Rhapsody movie. Okay, November 2nd. Yeah, it's out. In theaters, at least. It may not be out for you to download or anything. Yeah, I'll actually probably be in the area around mid-January, I'm thinking. Jeanette, yeah, in terms of northern Florida area, I'll be sort of, I don't really know. I've got a few locations in mind that I'm 100% going to be hitting, and then obviously I'll be working with a particular channel. I mean, there's not that many people here that I'm really going to give away anything. So, I mean, obviously you guys know that I know the fine gentleman from Urban Ghost Urban Exploration, and they live in Florida, and gonna be getting together with them to film a very special location. And who knows? I mean, they're really cool dudes that I'm good friends with, and looking forward to meeting up with. And they film a lot, so you never know what all we'll be doing. Maybe we'll be doing some other locations. Maybe we'll do some live streams. Who knows? But I don't really have any particular time frame. But like I said, maybe in the week range in terms of how long I'm going to be down in that area. But I mean, there's so many places around there that I want to try and make it to, and so many other states. I mean, I'm kind of on a kick recently, especially with going out to California. I hit so many states that I had never been to before, so there's not an incredible amount of states left to go before I've pretty much visited it everywhere in the continental United States. And then obviously I've gone to Canada. but I've been in Canada a lot, but I've only been to Ontario, so I need to go to various other provinces in Canada as well. But I really want to start checking all those off the list. Yes, Freddie Mercury was, I mean, one of the legends. One of the best voices in rock. I mean, one of the most amazing ranges. I'm trying to think of anybody. If maybe Steven Tyler, in terms of range from, or a range in octaves of what they're able to sing. Maybe Steven Tyler might come close. Some people might hate me, but maybe Adam Levine, because he can sing such an incredible. He can hit such an incredible high octave of singing. He has a really wide range as well. So, but yeah, Freddie Mercury is, just incredible. To be able to sing like he sings is, epic, legendary. Yeah, one of those bands. There's certain bands that are easier to do in terms of being cover bands, and then there's bands that, even to be a cover band, you have to be an epic band. It's like a Pink Floyd cover band. It's a hit or miss thing. It can be really amazing and just blow your mind, or it can leave you incredibly disappointed. Hey there, welcome. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. Here coming up soon. Welcome to the stream. Mania B. Hopefully I'm saying that right. If not, I apologize. But yeah, welcome. Good to have you here. Just kind of hanging out, doing a pre-Christmas stream here. Obviously, I'm not going to be streaming over the next few days, and maybe we'll see. I might do some late night streams, depending on how tired I am, how busy I am. So, just depends. I don't really know. But if I get the chance, I will definitely try. But so we're just hanging out. Anything's really open. Any questions? Any ideas? Reactions? Not like reacting to videos necessarily, but if there's anything you want to hear about, I don't know. With Carlo, I don't know. Definitely have been thinking about it for a long time, and yeah, me and Carlo are pretty friendly here, and talk to each other from time to time. Not a whole lot, but he is definitely somebody I would like to work with, and have made some, we'll say, light planning with. Definitely have both expressed, some interest, at least, in working with each other in the future here. So I don't have any exact time frame in terms of when something like that might happen, but again, Canada is a place that I make it to from time to time, so definitely would love to work with him. Good guy. Truck driver, that'd be interesting. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that at some point before. Unless somebody else was mentioning it too. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure you said that. But yeah, that'd be cool. Sorry, I hit my picture here. I was trying to lean against the wall for just a moment. Anyway, yeah, that'd be crazy. I take that back. I actually have traveled in a semi shortly, not too far, but it's an interesting trip, I will say that. Very fast driver. But I think that's what they were trying to show me, was that their truck was very powerful. Yeah, that does sound like a YouTube show of some sort. I will tell you, the trucking shows are really popular right now. You know, whether you see like the ice truckers up in Canada. I can't remember what the Australian one, Outback Truckers, I think. It's a really popular one too. I sound stupid, but I don't know if America has one. Is there just a regular American Truckers, or I don't even know if there is one. But yeah, the truck shows are actually popular right now. I think it's an interesting career. I've had some friends that have done trucking, but yeah, it's a type of travel all to its own, really. And in fact, there's a decent amount of trucker YouTube channels out there. Some really amazing ones. It's a crazy life. Trucking is sort of, it's weird because it's akin to like rock and roll, because it in itself, there's truckers and then there's people that live the life, right? There's people that do it almost constantly, and they are travelers. You know, they're traveling for a very, very specific reason, but it's a incredible and diverse lifestyle of its own. And yeah, maybe I would be interested to do something like that. Because again, yeah, almost more than the travel itself, or the idea of traveling for free, what I find most interesting is again, it's like with rock and roll. It's less about the music, it's more about the lifestyle. With the travel, same thing. It's less about the destination, it's more about the travel. And so that's one area with the trucking I find very fascinating, because it's definitely, even though it's your job, you're working for somebody to carry a load from one place to another and deliver that, you know, for that company. Everything in between is 100% honest travel, you know. And these people do a lot more than just deliver. You know, they live their lives on the road, and they entertain themselves on the road, and you know, they survive on the road, and there's all kinds of stuff that goes along with that, and it's really fascinating to me. So yeah, absolutely, I would love to maybe get together with him sometime and maybe do more than just a travel thing, but maybe more like a production of some sort. I would love to get an RV at some point. But again, like I said, with any type of travel, like I was just saying with like the trucking and whatnot, I'm so into like the culture of it that, you know, American hotel culture even is something with a lot of depth to it, you know. So it's what I grew up with. It's something that I've been used to, and there's a certain level of comfort that goes along with staying in hotels. And yeah, I think there would be something to be said about getting sort of a house on wheels to take along with you on the road. But for the moment, I'm happy to drop a little bit extra for the hotel room. But I don't know. I will eventually get something like that. Well, that would be a lot of fun to see Queen in concert. Yeah. Wish that would have happened. Welcome to the stream. Not sure how to pronounce your name there. Welcome. Hendrix would be another good one. Yeah, absolutely. Some incredible music, incredible performances. Yeah, I would agree with, I never found computers to be overrated. I always found working professionally with computers to be overrated. I always just wanted to use them. I just found that taking care of somebody else's computers or a business's computers was a lot more boring than what it sounded like. You get to still mess with computers, but at the same time, you'd rather be doing your own personal projects than just maintaining some business's computers. So yeah, I kind of had the same story. So yeah, when it comes to computers, if you're going to be in computers, I'd advise start your own business. It's a lot more fulfilling. You have no boss. You're not working on somebody else's project. Your ideas aren't owned by somebody else. You know, there's a lot of negatives that go around at certain times. I mean, certain IT jobs are obviously different than others, but I mean, you got to be careful, you know. Programming is where you want to be these days, though, I will say that. There's no better pay right now, IT-wise, than you'll get in development. Trey Cool is going to be a grandpa. No, I had not heard that. I know their kids are getting up there in age. I know Billy Joe Armstrong's son is in a punk rock band of his own right now. So it makes sense. Big congratulations to him. I've actually met Trey Cool, so awesome dude. A lot of fun. Very high energy. He's exactly what he looks like, or what he seems like on television. Just loves to have fun. Very easygoing person. Really cool. Yeah. So absolutely, that's awesome. That's good to hear. But yeah, they are definitely getting to that age where or I should say their kids are getting to that age. So I wouldn't expect to be waiting very long for all of them to be grandparents. Snow, no, nothing. Muddy, cold, no snow though. With some rain. If you caught one of the videos, that was filmed fairly recently. So it's just been kind of rainy and nasty, or it'll snow for a little bit and then just melt. So nothing on the ground. It has snowed ever so slightly from time to time, but Billy Idol? No, I've never met Billy Idol. I would love to meet Billy Idol. I met a lot of rock stars, and Billy Idol is not one of them. Unfortunately. But that would be really cool. Well, oddly, I met Trey Cool, but I never met Billy Joe Armstrong either. So, or Mike Dirnt. Of Green Day, all I've met is Trey Cool. So far, it's just looking like, yeah, it's gonna be a real gray, mild winter again. Been a long time. Well, I shouldn't say it's been a long time since we had harsh snow, but we've had some pretty decent snowstorms, like temporarily. But there used to be some more long-lasting snow. Haven't seen that in a while. Uncle Cracker, yeah. Is Uncle Cracker still making music? Man, it's been a long time since I've heard about Uncle Cracker. Is there any new Uncle Cracker albums out? Let's see, I'm searching for stuff I can here. No way. He has an album out now. New single. Oh, okay, good. It's not playing. I can't handle that type of stuff happening. When is this out? Huh. Not that he was bad or anything. Just one of the most 90s names ever. That's cool, though. I didn't know he lived up there. Well, shoot. Uncle Cracker, get a hold of me. Let's make some music. I say, having never ever decided to post my music on this channel. But, you know, hit me up anyway, I guess. But, well, I guess you learn something new every day, right? Uncle Cracker is still out there doing concerts. Shows. I guess Michigan does have a decent amount of artists, though. Obviously, Detroit has a heavy rock and R&B scene, and various other places. So, it makes sense. Yeah, that sounds about like me. There's no way I was ever gonna work for anybody. Oh yeah, Kid Rock is a big Detroit rocker. Oh, sorry. Just checking on something. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, Detroit has a pretty big music scene. I actually had a chance to visit 8 Mile once. Which there's a lot of mile roads in Detroit. There's like 21 mile, 19 mile, 17 mile, 16 mile, 8 mile. I mean, it's all kinds of miles as you're driving into Detroit. But I was on one end of 8 Mile at some point. But that is a rough city. It's a crazy city. But it's been a while since I've been there. But honestly, it might have... I don't know if it's worse or better. It might be worse now since I've been there. But it was really... There were areas there that was really bad. Oh, Mick Jagger is great. Yeah. That man, he lasts forever. Just crazy because he's actually one of the bigger partiers, and admittedly, I mean, if anybody was the king of partying and rock and roll, I don't know if Mick Jagger would be it, but he would be in the running for the throne. For sure. I'm trying to think to myself who notably would be in the running. But man seems to be invincible. But Doors were awesome, yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. Kid Rock is one I've never had a chance to meet either. Yeah, wouldn't that have been cool to meet Jim Morrison? That would have been amazing. But yeah, one of those... It's just one of those prolific rock acts. I mean, there's just those people that come along from time to time. I just think they're just truly different souls, you know, that think on a completely different level than everybody else. And that's what really makes them that big of a star, right? You know, how hard would it be to write a Doors song? You know, that takes a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of different emotions when it comes to them. But Pearl Jam, I don't know. I mean, obviously they share a lot. I mean, I don't know. I don't call favorites though. I don't even know if I believe in favorites anymore. So I don't really know how to answer it. Especially when it comes to music. It's just however you feel at that moment, whatever is really good, whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you happy, whatever sounds awesome to you. You know, it's a personal experience, and I don't know, I feel like even like telling yourself what your favorite is a little bit disingenuous, because I don't know if there really can be. But I don't know. I mean, I like all their stuff. I like tons of Nirvana songs. I wouldn't really know how to name anything in particular. That was my favorite, though. Even Flow is really good. No Apologies is good, yeah. Trying to think if there's anything in particular that stood out that I really wanted to mention about them. I don't know. Yeah, I find that's the one thing I've learned. I started off kind of my life not really having too many opinions about music, and then as I grew, I began to formulate a lot of opinions about music, and kind of chose sides, and kind of I think there's kind of a push in some areas of like rock and roll to kind of hate on different areas of music, and a lot of people are anti one side of music, whether it's rap or R&B, or whether they hate rock and they like rap or whatever it is. But I find the more I grow with it, I just kind of enjoy anything that's good, whatever it is. I don't really care, as long as it's authentic, as long as it's good, as long as it's a good message. I'm down with it. And things are so mixed anymore, even when it comes to pop, it's a lot more diverse than a lot of people think. And there's a lot more connections than a lot of people think, It's a different world now. I mean, Nirvana just has that place no matter what to me, They're always going to be kings, It's sort of like Green Day in a sense. Nirvana is, the Green Day of grunge, Which is probably why they didn't always have the best of relationships with each other. Surpass Mick? As a partier? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know much about Steven Tyler's party history. Obviously, Mick just always had the rumors. I mean, even that, although he would confirm a lot of the rumors, but as far as Steven Tyler, I'm not as versed on my Steven Tyler facts. Yeah, it's the same thing with travel, People a lot of times ask me, where my favorite place to be is, and my favorite place to be is somewhere different than I was yesterday. That's it. It's all cool. As long as I'm not in one place for too long, it's all good with me. I just want to be someplace different and see new, cool things. And same thing with music, I can get tired of anybody. Or I can like almost any type of music, And I listen to all of it. I listen to rock, I listen to rap, I listen to pop, I listen to alternative, whatever type of alternative that might be. Whether it's alternative country, alternative rock, alternative rap. There's all kinds of stuff, Oh yeah, that's a lot of something. Yeah, for sure. But you think like Red Hot Chili Peppers talked a lot about that too, though. So I would say they were some of the more epic partiers of rock too. Lots of songs about similar to that nature. I mean, from someone that's met a lot of rock bands, it's in one way or another is fairly ubiquitous. There are bands that don't, and then there are bands that pick and choose, and then there are just all-out party bands. You may be surprised. Some of them give off the image that they're not, and they are. Some of them give off the image that they aren't. You know, it just, I'll just say, it would surprise you, but you know, most of them do a little bit of something. But I mean, yeah, there's definitely people that tip the scales, though. I hope it's not creating too much sound when I'm putting my mic on and off the mic stand here for a moment. It spikes on my meter here, though, so I really don't know. If it's annoying, I'll stop. Collective Soul. Oh, of course, yeah. Definitely listen to some Collective Soul. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't have any particular... Yeah, I should pick that back up. I don't know if I have any particular interest right now. I've just been... Unfortunately, kind of just listen to the radio. Not always bad, but not always the best either. But, yeah, huge Collective Soul fan. Great band. Definitely a band that I grew up with. Heard a lot from in the 90s. So, can't... But yeah, I'm not sure how far they go back. Maybe they went back further. I can't remember exactly what their age is. But at any rate, yeah. Great band. By Collective Soul. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I know that name. I don't know. I'm bad at remembering certain names of songs. And better at remembering the lyrics, unfortunately. So, a lot of times, it's like I just guess at the names of songs, so... Not every backstage experience is a party, but I mean, some of them... A lot of times I was back there officially, so I couldn't necessarily party, but some bands party more than others. But I've gotten some invites. I've never done anything too crazy, but I mean, I've been invited to be part of things. Yeah, I really don't know. that particular one is not looking as familiar. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard a lot, so sometimes it's just hard to remember everything. At least for me, anyway. Hold on just one moment. Get a little bit. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I'll be right back here. STP's cool. A freak, I have no idea on that one. Stained is cool. Yeah, Def Leppard's awesome. Yeah, unfortunately, I was actually out of town. I actually had a chance to meet Stained, and I can't remember where I was. But I had to skip the concert. But I had backstage access and everything. But yeah, one of those unfortunate times that I missed, but I had been photographing so many people. I had to take a little bit of time to go somewhere and do something else, and I think that was the time I went to New York. And instead of staying over here in the Midwest to meet and photograph Stained, I went to New York City and stayed there for about a week. So something that I guess neither, I don't know, I regret it partially just because it would have been fun, but like at the same time it was also incredible to go to New York City too, so can't complain. But yeah, one of those few times that travel and music kind of ran head into each other, or head first into each other. Very rarely do they conflict with each other, but one of those moments that it did, and at that point, unfortunately, I felt the necessity to choose the travel over the music, and so I opted out of photographing Stained. But yeah, I mean, there's so many bands that I haven't photographed that I would love to, but who knows if that'll ever happen again. I don't know that I'll ever get the chance to really be in rock photography again. Maybe sometime in the fairly distant future I mean, some of them still know me a little tiny bit, but like, yeah, the music industry has changed a lot since I've been the little bit involved that I actually was, which wasn't much, but I got a lot of cool opportunities, had a lot of fun meeting some cool people, and had some very unique experiences. And if that ever happens again, cool. But yeah, occasionally I was showing a few pictures. I don't know if everybody on here has seen my rock photography. I don't have everything hooked up to show anybody tonight, but, you know, if anybody's interested in the future, hit me up, let me know. We'll do it on one of the streams sometime and go through some of the various images. A lot of those excuse me, a lot of the stuff that was online before is gone now. So a lot of it's just in my archives. But occasionally I'll run across a few pictures out there. It's hard to tell anymore with who's crediting me and who's not crediting me and how many pictures. It just depends on which site's where. But you may be able to find my name accredited to somebody on a band's website at some point. But I'm trying to think. Five Finger Death Punch, one of the bigger acts that probably has some of my photographs somewhere. It's been a while, but if you look on their website somewhere, they might have some of my old photographs. It probably would be, I don't know what years it would be, but they were probably one of the last really big acts to actually get a hold of me and say, hey, we really like these pictures. Can we use these on our social media? And so I don't know if they're still up or not, but they were the last ones to contact me before I stopped doing the rock photography. So I don't know, but if anybody's interested, that would be the one to look for. But I don't really know. But yeah, I think the only thing they do right now is follow me on Twitter, which I think they follow a lot of people on Twitter, so it's probably nothing special. But it was originally associated with that. So, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's getting kind of late for everybody. I think we're starting to die down a little bit. I know it's getting kind of late. It's the holidays. Everybody's trying to probably get up. Some people have to get up early in the morning and do whatever you have to do to prepare other. Apparently, I'm getting tired too because I can't talk. Either, maybe you have to be on the road. Maybe you have to get up and have to cook for your family coming over. Who knows what you're doing? Or, again, maybe you're not celebrating at all. Maybe you're just going to be hanging out, or maybe you're going to be going to work. I don't know. But if you guys feel like the conversation is over, we can end it here. Again, that's not a threat. I really don't care either way. I will stay up for a little while here. I don't want to threaten you guys into talking or anything, but I don't have anything in particular, any type of topic for tonight. Although in the future I will be doing more topical streams here on 539 or not 539. See, I have neglected this channel for so long. I don't even know what channel I am streaming on right now. Never used Twitter. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Twitter's Twitter now. No one uses Twitter to use Twitter. Unless you have another reason to use Twitter, just don't use Twitter. I mean, how do I put Twitter? Twitter is like a support system for another. I mean, unless you're just trying to keep in touch with your friends, and it's convenient to use Twitter to do that, then you might not need it. Happy holidays, Lori. Thanks for joining us. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I hope you have a great holidays, a good New Year. Lots more travels after New Year, lots more streams. Hopefully you'll be able to come hang out with us again here soon. So thanks again. And yeah, have a good night. Well, I got all kinds of things to say. But I'm not going to run through everything. Some things I repeat, and then some things I just save. If somebody talks about something, I'll bring up whatever my opinion may be on the subject. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of let you guys a lot of times guide the conversation on here. That way, if it's something you're interested in asking, or something you're interested in knowing my opinion on, or something, whatever, let me know. But otherwise, unless I'm doing like a specific type of Q&A or just a normal video, I usually kind of just let everybody else guide the conversation, and then I'll give my take on whatever it is. But I mean, yeah, we can talk about anything. Like I said, we've talked about so many things on this channel anyway. I mean, whether it's everything we do on 539 Productions, whether it's things that are related like conspiracies or ghost hunting or other channels or whatever it may be. I mean, it is whatever you guys want to talk about, honestly. Facebook is not. Yeah, even Facebook's sometimes gets on my nerves every once in a while, especially lately. Yeah, I can't even tell. We've been live now for exactly 2 hours and 10 seconds. There we go. Sorry. Just was waiting for the timer. Anyway, yeah, 2 hours. So, yeah, like I said, I'm an opinionated person, but, like, I don't know. I mean, there's so many topics that we could talk about that I'll just let you guys choose whatever you want to talk about. Related or unrelated, I don't really care. But, I mean, at this point, we're just kind of doing a holiday stream, just kind of, like, doing this to hang out and keep in touch with everybody, let everybody know that the new travels are going to be starting here after the beginning of the year. And, I mean, other than what we've already talked about, yeah, I mean, I pretty much updated everybody, but at this point, like I said, I'm just kind of hanging, so it's whatever. Good night, Jennifer. Thanks for joining us. Sorry, excuse me. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we'll be doing this again after New Year's, hopefully. Maybe the next time we'll do this from a really cool location. I feel like my camera keeps... I need to, like, hold on. It's trying to focus on what's behind me. I can see it the moment it goes out of focus. And it tries to focus on the light. So yeah, I mean... yeah, it's up to you guys. Yeah, if anybody has any questions. Been to a few different places recently and had a lot of fun adventures, so if anybody has any questions about those adventures, throw them out there and I'll try and answer anything to the best of my ability. Other than that, again, like I said, I hope that all of you have a great holiday season and good new year. And, of course, like I've said so many times before, 539 Productions will be hitting the new year strong with some travels down south. Oh, yeah. Well, it's not always going to be that way. Maybe I'll probably be doing some changes to that here pretty soon too, but I don't know. Yeah, it does give it a little bit of glare, but it's a little bit better on my end in terms of seeing. A confession or something. I really wouldn't know. I realize that I really have no idea. I don't have anything super secret. I mean, I can give some behind the scenes stuff if anybody has anything in particular. I mean, but 539. If that's what you want to be called, that's absolutely fine with me. I like that. It kind of sounds reminiscent of the 49ers to me, which I've done abandoned mines now, so maybe there is some connection with that. I definitely wouldn't consider myself a gold miner, but I don't mind that that term. Sure, why not? But yeah. Yeah, good to hear from you, Born to Be Wild. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, I mean, look, I put it this way in terms of I heard a few really great YouTubers say this, and it's let the audience choose the name, otherwise it just sounds disingenuous. So that's all on you guys. I'll leave that completely up to you. I'm not gonna like come up with a nickname for everybody. If you guys decided that's who you are and what you want to be and what you want to be called, and in terms of being fans and friends of the channel, then absolutely, I don't really care. I mean, it's completely up to you guys. I'm completely fine with whatever you decide in that area. So no holiday decoration. That is a deep subject. I don't know. I don't know anything on that. I've never. I get into some conspiracy theories. I've never really dived too deep into the whole Kennedy thing. I saw some interest. I did see an interesting take on it recently, but it wasn't actually a Kennedy. It wasn't a Kennedy conspiracy. It actually was it was an alien conspiracy, and I can't remember what it was on Netflix, I want to say. I'll have to look up and see if I can see the title here in a second, but it basically was explaining that both the deaths of JFK as well as Marilyn Monroe were because of leaks surrounding the extraterrestrial contact with Earth. So, not saying that's necessarily what I believe, but I thought it was a really interesting theory, and oddly actually had a decent amount of, I wouldn't say proof maybe, I don't really know. If you look it up on Netflix, you can see the video, but it definitely was enough to make me think. Yeah, well done at the very least. So, a star? Yeah, that's a star. Right up there, hanging from the... There, right there. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of semi-metallic. It's supposed to like reflect everything, and so it sort of just reflects whatever color that I have the light programmed to, which I can change it to whatever color I want it to be. So, yeah, they're fun. I would play with it a little bit more right now with the coloring and everything, but unfortunately to do that I actually would have to turn this camera off. So at some point I'm going to get a separate control system, like another tablet or something, and then I can change the colors of the lights on the fly during the live streams. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but maybe sometime after the New Year's. Again, the command center streams are kind of a little bit of a second thought at this point, just because I mean, as we can see, the 539 Productions channel is kind of back on track, growing as it should, getting a lot of the hits and the views that it should be getting, and so I've been putting as much possible effort into growing that channel as possible. So I want to continue to do that, and so I'm trying to do as much as possible on the second channel, but at the same time concentrate as much on this 539 journey as I possibly can. What kind of liquor? Oh, there's absolutely none in the bottles. The bottles are all filled with water, and then have a individual highlighter, the internal part of the highlighter that stores the fluorescent ink just dropped inside of them. But there's actually no alcohol in anything on there. And in fact, you would never want to drink anything up there. That would make you incredibly sick. Never if anybody ever happens to be in the 539 Command Center, do not drink anything up here. It will land you in the hospital. It is not safe for human consumption. It is just highlighter and water. So, I don't know. Maybe it's non-toxic. I don't know. But don't drink it. Definitely don't drink it. Confess something. I don't know what you guys wouldn't know. Like, I mean, there's so many crazy little aspects of my careers and stuff but I mean, I've told a lot of it. I mean, I've had such a weird, crazy life. I've tried to kind of explore all of it on here, whether it's younger, obviously it all started out, I was in a car club. Had one of the bigger car clubs in the Midwest, one of the more famous car clubs in the Midwest, and then tried to make something out of that, and it didn't work. And then from there, I dove into computers and opened up several computer businesses, and that sort of didn't really work out for me. And from there, I mean, I've always been part of photography since, a very young age, and photography kind of worked out real well for me, and been doing videography and stuff. But I mean, there's nothing really incredibly, if there's any particular thing that you're wanting me to talk about, I'd be happy to dive into anything, but I can't think of anything just right offhand that would be incredibly surprising. Oh man, a second. Yeah. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great rest of your night. Good holiday season. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. here as well. So, not going to be on too much longer. Definitely have some stuff I have to accomplish tomorrow. So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to be doing. I'm definitely going to be taking a break at the very least here in a little bit just to, yeah, walk for just a minute even. But I might hang out for a while, but we'll see what happens. Are we talking about chat or me? I'm back where I usually am. But yeah, if all you want to shout out where you're at right now, that'd be awesome. I've been talking too much as it is, but sorry. Okay, I think at this point I'm gonna take a short 5-minute break, maybe less. We'll see. But I need to take a brief moment here to not talk for a minute and maybe get a few more sips of water in me. So I'll be back in just a moment here, but I am going to go ahead and hang out for just a little bit. So if anybody is wanting to stick around for a little bit, hang out for a little while, stick around for here for a few minutes, and I will be right back. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you will all have a great holiday season, and I will see you in the next one. And otherwise, I will probably see you here all in a few minutes. From Brunei, welcome. Good to have you. Adib Hack. I'm not sure if I can pronounce your name right. I apologize if I'm not saying it right. But welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. 2 p.m. You were definitely on the other side of the earth. So, welcome to the stream, though. Good to have you. I'll be back in a few minutes here, people. Alright, I'm going to put the music back on just temporarily. Okay, welcome back. Thank you, Born to Be Wild. Yeah, I was working on that today. Drug, sex, and rock and roll. I mean, I have so many crazy different stories from, like, just little stories from different bands. I mean, it would have to be just dependent on which band it was. So I don't know. I mean, if there's any particular band. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. I misread one of the comments. Pause there for a minute. I thought nobody could hear me for a second. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm horrible at names. I'm trying to quietly pull out my mic. I think once I get back from the January trip, I'm going to have to buy a mic stand. But not until I get back. I'm not going to bother until I get back. I'm not going to buy a bunch of equipment before I go to Florida. That's ridiculous. And it annoys me. With any big purchase, if I'm not going to use it a lot immediately, it annoys the ever-living crap out of me. Excuse me, I'm like really burpy tonight. I don't know why. Anyway, wait, what, where? Florida? No. Oh, well, I already know you're from Hawaii. I would love to come to Hawaii. I have some crazy Hawaii plans, actually. And I have a cousin that lives in Hawaii. Currently, for a while. Probably not for long. Well, I mean, probably for a few years, I should say. But they're in the military and they move around a lot, so who knows when they'll be in a different place. Oh, that's not nosy. I don't care. You can ask me anything. Ask me whatever. Yeah, absolutely. I went to college for computer science. Yeah, I mean, nothing big, nothing incredible. Haven't really, I shouldn't say that. I've used a decent amount of my schooling in my career, but never incredibly successfully or incredibly satisfactory. Wow, I'm like satisfactorily. Is that even a word? I don't know. To my satisfaction, I have never used any of it until now. I just like to use my skills in information technology to up my game on social media and on the web and in my own life. So, I mean, it's great to be able to know, what I need for a certain type of project and to be able to set it up all by myself and know that it's secured and ready to go. Technically it was Purdue. At some point my mouse is trying to die. I think it's been dying for days though, apparently. Oh, what? Okay, yeah, I misread your comment, sorry. Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying. Anymore doesn't matter though, right? In America, you can't go to college and then use your degree. You use your college degree to go and be an unemployed person and have an excuse. I don't know why. I'm not trying to be political or anything. I'm just saying, like, who uses their college degrees anymore? Like, I don't know anybody that went to college and actually uses the degree that they actually got. Like, I know I don't. I use absolutely nothing from college anymore, other than in my, like I said, my own personal setup. It's very helpful for me, myself as a business owner now, to know how to do my own IT work. So I don't regret it at all. It's incredible to know it all. Not that I know everything, but it's incredible to know what I do know and be able to utilize that to improve what I'm doing here. Like, whenever I need a website, I'm just going to build myself a website. I don't necessarily need to rely on someone else. So I've done a little bit of moving around, Abby, but for the most part. Yeah, I like that. Resident comic. That has a good ring to it. 18 years and 2 jobs. That's good. It's a great record. I started out with a really good record and then ended out with not so good of a record. But it was more just, I'm just always one of those people. I needed to own my own. If I didn't do my own thing, I would be just nowhere. This is the only way I can do it at this point. I'm done. I'm done with the normal anything at this point. But, I mean, I've never had I can't say I've ever had a normal career. But, I've had things in the past that were more normal than what I do right now. Biology. Gotta love biology. Oh man, we are growing as we speak. Well, thank you very much to the few people that actually, it appears, subscribed during this stream. I don't know who they are, and I'm not going to check because my anxiety would really hate that. And yeah, but thank you very much. I haven't really been advertising the second channel on the 539 Productions channel for a long time now, so I probably should, but I just don't want to really advertise it too much until I've really made a serious commitment to coming back and doing a lot more often. And I do have a definite plan to revive this channel and so much more even, but spent 12 years working at Blood Lab. That'd be incredible. And at the county more. Wow. I mean, that's incredible also. I don't envy it. I respect it. Don't envy it, though. I definitely would not do that myself, but I definitely respect anybody that has the ability to do that type of work. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of science involved in all of that, and I mean, some very smart people, and can't say anything bad about it at all. So yeah, mad respect. But yeah, definitely couldn't do that myself. I like to do things that I like to think that other people don't do very often, other people maybe necessarily don't like to do during, at least on a daily basis. And but yeah, that's one of the things that's where I would draw the line. Our YouTube pics. Maybe I'll have to you have to remind me. I'm not. If anybody sent me anything, I've seen it on Twitter. So, but I am not sure at this point in terms of what we're talking about YouTube pics. I feel you there. Shoot, when they find out you're a YouTuber, you have no idea what they'll put in the comment section. That's all I've got to say. There's a lot of rude things going on these days. Yeah, I try to learn from it, but yeah. Everybody has an opinion. Well, I mean, somebody's got to do it, right? How could you say something rude about that? Like, I mean, that's strength. I would never be rude about a strong person, and that definitely takes strength. So, like I said, much respect. Yeah. Well, I think you couldn't be any other way. Like, I mean, if you're going to do that, that's what you got to do. Absolutely. Oh yeah. I can see all of your profile pics every time you like. If you're talking about on here, absolutely, yeah. I can see all of you. So yeah, for sure. Like if you guys come on here, and you have like a specific profile picture, yeah, a lot of times I'll remember you guys for the profile picture even before I remember names. But I mean, most everybody that's here right now, I think most of you, unless there's people here that aren't talking, I know most of your names already. But I mean, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've seen most of your profile pics. So, unless somebody new's here, then more than likely, yeah. But I mean, as you're even commenting, I can see photographs as you can see them. But I do occasionally also visit people's profiles. So it just depends on who comments and when, and how many comments each video gets. I try to check on as many people as possible, and try to reply back as many times as possible, and try to get to know people. But odds are I've visited a lot of your pages, and I've checked out people at least once. If it's been, especially on the earlier end of 2018 or before that, you started following me, most of those people I know who they are. Some of the newer people, especially on some of the recent videos that have been incredibly popular, it's hard to get to know everybody, but like especially the people that come to the live streams, I can say that a lot of times I do try to check it out at least. Yeah, it helps me too, because I mean, I never know who's on here. I mean, maybe some of you guys are YouTubers, maybe some of you guys do things that I would be interested in checking out. You never know who's on here. So and again, like I said, I've gotten to know a lot of you guys over the past 3+ years, and I just like to get to know everybody. I have a lot of fun coming on here and just sort of chatting and hanging out. So, yeah, it's very handy in crisis situations to be able to maintain that calm. But yeah, I was like that one too. When I was a child, I was always very analytical and curious. But yeah. Alright. Well, I'm gonna get myself updated on all of the social media right now. And apparently click the wrong link. I do have a couple notifications. Seems to be the great time to actually have a swinging mounted mic stand so that I could place the mic right here and then let go. But unfortunately, I'm bound to one single hand. And it's really annoying. In the future, I'd like to actually have some more YouTubers on this stream and start doing sort of like more like a podcast type of setup is what I really, really want for streaming here. Nothing wrong with that, good Debbie. I don't consider myself normal or anything close to that. Definitely off the wall and odd, and nothing wrong with that at all. It's a good thing. Secondhand stores are good for finding tons of stuff. There's actually a few really great videos if you look on YouTube of people getting like really incredibly rich by finding crazy antiques in secondhand stores. And they'll buy them for like $2 and then sell it for like thousands and thousands of dollars. Oh no. Might need to call animal control. I need to rescue a cat. Either that or you have a ghost cat. And that might be scary. I have YouTube. No. Of course I have YouTube notifications. Apparently I have Twitter notifications. Alright, what are we doing here? Okay. Definitely hear the wind getting worse and worse outside. Something's brewing out there. I don't know what it is, whether it's a storm or if it's rain, if it's snow. Let's see if you can... Oh, come on. I know I have enough cord. Oh, this is going to irritate me. Like a 10-foot mic cord, and I have it wrapped to like 2.5 feet, so it didn't have a lot of slack. But I was gonna actually play some sounds from outside. Whoa. Oh. I just got a lot of chats coming all of a sudden. I don't know if everybody chatted all of a sudden or if my chat was delayed. Yeah. I don't know why anybody would ever be judgmental of what anybody does for a living. I mean, everybody's got to survive, right? I mean, unless you're doing something incredibly horrible for a living, you know, it's really negatively affecting other people. I mean, why should anybody judge you for what you do to make money and or help people? So the thought is kind of ridiculous. So... yeah, but I mean, again, there's a lot of judgment, and it flies around pretty freely on the web these days. So it's unfortunate. It's something that we all have to work on and make sure that we're not actively being a part of. But yeah, it's unfortunate that people spread the judgment around. Yeah. Again, though, yeah, the wind is really picking up right now. I don't know what it's about to do out there, but it's actually sounding like a storm at this point. New job as a security guard. Wow. That's pretty cool, Debbie. Congratulations on the new job. Yeah, sounds like a good job. Sounds like a tough job. I've had some friends in the past working security. Definitely not the easiest job in the world, but if you're getting into security, you probably know what you're signing up for when you got into it. So good luck to you in the new job, and hopefully it goes really well for you. But that's awesome. Really cool. Wow, the amount of wind that's coming in right now. It's incredible. Whew. Alright, well, it's starting to get late here. I don't know if anybody's really up for talking here for a little bit, for much longer here, or what's going on. But about at that time where I'm going to start thinking at least about making a decision. $12 a day. Actually, I kind of like 12-hour days in a sense. I worked a few jobs in the past where I worked a lot longer days and then got more days off, and I actually enjoyed it. And so I'm not necessarily opposed to stuff like that. Are we talking about subjects or the stream skipping? Subject-wise, we might be repeating a few things. Hopefully there's no technical problems, though. But, again, like I said, if at any point we begin to see that the stream's getting a little bit redundant and needs to come to an end, I'm more than happy to call it a night, and I wish you all happy holidays. But we might try for a little bit more here. I might take another break, come back. I don't know. I'm kind of down for anything, but we're going to be wrapping it up here in a little bit. We've been streaming for almost 3 hours now, so yeah, absolutely. I'd say out of everything, if it was a 12-hour day, the part that I would hate the most was the 1 hour commute. That would literally kill it for me. Taking off, Debbie. Well, if you have to take off, have a great night, and hopefully we'll see you in the next stream. But I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. Anyway, anyway, yeah. If anybody has anything else that they want to talk about, any questions, any subjects, anything at all, I'm gonna give it a few minutes here, and then I might take a quick break, and then if I get back and everybody's still wanting to talk, if anybody has any questions or, like I said, subjects they want to delve into, then we can do that. And then if not, like I said, I will again wish you all a happy holidays and happy new year, and then maybe we'll just go ahead and call it a night. So yeah, it's been a good time hanging out with everybody. Glad I was actually able to get online for a little bit tonight and hang out, and wasn't really sure quite when I might be able to get on and do a live stream again, and so I wanted to make sure to do it before the next few days, because it might be who knows, 3-4 days, maybe a week, I don't know, before we do another live stream. So I just wanted to make sure that I came in and wished everybody happy holidays and happy new year. And again, just checked into this channel in general. So working, yeah. Actually, I had a job once where I worked third shift and then had an hour-long commute after I got off of that, and that was not a fun time. But yeah. Other than that, I actually did enjoy working nights, though. I rather enjoy third shift. But I'm not really a fan of any type of commuting at all. I like traveling for a living. That I really love. But if I have to travel the same road over and over and over and over again, then I start to hate it. But if it's a new road every day, then I'm cool with it. Yeah, I think that's kind of the way with any type of profession a lot of times, at the very least. I find that the more I worked with computers, the less I wanted to work with them, and the more I work with anything, I think the less I like to be involved with it outside, except with YouTube. YouTube's different, I feel like. It's just a different environment altogether, but like in terms of traditional careers, I would say, yeah, definitely. I rarely want to be doing the same thing that I was doing during work hours, after work hours. But I mean, that's one of the reasons that I'm glad I found YouTube. Is because, I mean, I find I can work a lot longer hours and still enjoy putting in that time. So, but yeah, I mean, that would be my advice to anyone, though. If you can possibly find a job that doesn't feel like work, it's definitely, if ever you could have your career choose you, that's the moment you wanna do that. You know, that you wanna reach out and grab that option. Is, you know, it's a great feeling to wake up and wonder how you can work harder, as opposed to wondering what you got to do to get ahead in life. So okay, well, you know what? I think we're starting to get a little late right now. It's starting to get close to 2 in the morning here. I know some of those people out here, depending on where you are in the world, it's much earlier. But it looks like, to me, like things are starting to die down just a little bit here. And again, as I've said previously, it is the holiday season. We've got Christmas coming up for a lot of folks here, starting tomorrow with Christmas Eve, and then obviously the 25th, and then for the vast majority of us out there that, well, I shouldn't say the vast majority, but for a lot of us out there that are actually possibly going out and doing something to celebrate, we got New Year's coming up. So I think what I might do for the moment, at the very least, is go ahead and call it a night. And yeah, if for some reason I got a little bit of extra time here, either tomorrow or late again, or maybe even Christmas late, or who knows, maybe after that sometime. Yeah, plenty of time between now and the New Year's to do this again. But it's a lot of fun hanging out with everybody. Had a great time answering everybody's questions and talking to you about various subjects, whether it was, you know, travel or music or whatever it was tonight. And again, to all of you out there who are celebrating this holiday season, whatever it may be, or again, if you're just celebrating the new year coming in, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for sticking around with the journey on 539 Productions. It's been a crazy 3-year journey that we've been taking here on YouTube, and it's grown so much, and we've added so many new people, and it's been incredible to do this with all of you guys. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in tonight and tuning in all the time, and for every time that you do anything for the channel, whether you're just hitting the thumbs up or you're leaving a comment, whether, again, like I said, you're just watching. And I want to thank you all, and wish you all a happy holiday season, and I will try to do this as much as I can between now and the New Year's, and then again a lot more afterwards into greater and longer journeys than we've ever done before on the 539 Productions channel and this channel as well. So yes, to everybody that's still here, to Debbie, Born to Be Wild, Kool-Aid, to everybody that is maybe just watching and not even commenting, have a really, really wonderful holiday season, a great new year, a wonderful Christmas, and a great rest of all of your nights. Thank you so much for tuning in. To all of you, I'll forever be grateful, and this is just the beginning of the 539 Productions journey, as I've always said before. Let's have a great rest of this year and a wonderful, wonderful beginning to the 2019 season. So thanks, everybody. Bye.